That shit slap, Carter.
Life ain't no game, shit real. I crack a yerb and I can't sit still. Get paid, get guap, get bills. Got more game than a Zach D film. It ain't a soul that's on earth that can't tell me I ain't it. No designer on me, Target got that shit. The cap by the hand, gotta get a grip. You a bum if you still trying to get it out the bitch, okay? Most you niggas not really my kind. I'm an avenue of the giants to unwind. I ain't into skipping no steps, it take time. My eyes wide shut, I'm not blind, ayy. Cause I've been going. Fuck about a perk, I've been watering my roses. I've been running plays in these slides like I'm Moses. How the fuck you hating on a nigga that's devoted? Can't respect the opinions of a sheep cause I'm goated. You ain't gotta know it. And you can't tell me about your principles, you gotta show it. And how I'm changing up my lineage, I feel heroic. And all they preconceived notions probably hella molded. Shit, it's all God timing. Keeping up the pace cause it's on the horizon. I'm the most reliable, but I don't got Verizon. Level up on niggas, they gon' sit around crying. Shut your bitch ass up if you ain't trying. Life ain't no game, shit real. I crack a yerb and I can't sit still. Get paid, get guap, get bills. Got more game than a Zach D film. It ain't a soul that's on earth that can't tell me I ain't it. No designer on me, Target got that shit. The cap by the hand, gotta get a grip. You a bum if you still trying to get it out the bitch, okay?
No designer on me, I let go of my material desires. I'm a hustler, baby, not a buyer. 10 down, I'm a truth teller, not a liar. Got more game than in between the lines. Gino already told you why you a bum. You living off somebody else's income. Do the math, 17 plus 1, we going dumb. Fuck what you talking about, show me some. Hey, I'm a visual learner, a dividend earner. Mad cause she chose up, you didn't deserve her. Far as a crow flies, this is a murder. I seen it with my own eyes, fuck what you heard. Hey, it's me and LOE, it's more than an acronym. Even if I'm on E, I'm still gassing shit. This real life, ain't no take backs in this.
Life ain't no game, shit real. I crack a yerb and I can't sit still. Get paid, get guap, get bills. Got more game than a Zach D film. It ain't a soul that's on earth that can't tell me I ain't it. No designer on me, Target got that shit. The cap by the hand, gotta get a grip. You a bum.
If you're with us in the chat, welcome in. Happy Monday. Make sure you submit your music by hitting !submit. And if you want to skip the queue, check out the skip queue instructions. That's going to be the best way to guarantee you get played on stream today. We're going to get started here very shortly. We're just going to give the community a couple more minutes to get in here before we get started because I was a little late getting started myself today. Don't worry, we'll probably go a little over because of that as well. So if you have submitted, make sure you stick around. If you haven't, make sure you submit. It's free. I'll be right back.
Hold up, finna take one more light. Finna cop one more light. Finna drink this bottle. Finna fuck that bitch, like. Finna cop one more. Finna pop one more, like. I finish the bottle. Finna fuck that bitch, like. Finna finish the bag. Got it on her lips, like. Stay on that shit, like. Let me cry like meth, like. I just can't stop, like. This shit gon' stop, like. I've been busting all night.
Alright, I'm back. If you're in the chat, say what's up. Happy Monday. Let us know what you got up to this weekend. What are you working on today? Today was a busy day for me. I'm kind of all over the place, but we're going to have a good stream. We're going to have some fun. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to listen to some great music today as well.
I'm already like this, boy, there's no way you can make me mad. I don't need to burn no cash on
Alan, one of these days we're gonna get it set up so you can watch on Instagram stream. I just honestly haven't had time to figure out the like vertical stream as well. But one of these days we're gonna figure it out so I can stream live on Instagram as well while we do this, or live on Twitch while we, or TikTok while we do this as well. We're just not there yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. There's some other things I want to figure out first, but it's on the list. It's on the list of things I need to figure out. All right, if you're with us in the chat, happy Monday, welcome back. What's going on? If you've not submitted your music yet, make sure you go ahead and do that. We got a little queue going, okay? If you want to submit your music, just all you got to do is hit !submit. On YouTube or Twitch, it's free to submit on both places. The commands work in both places too. So if you do want to submit or you want to skip the queue, just make sure you hit !submit or !skip. There is, Alan, but I've got to just like set it up, bro. It's just like setting it up and connecting accounts and stuff like that I haven't gotten around to. So, Chris, what's going on? Simter, what's up? Happy Monday. How are you doing? If you're in the chat with us, make sure you submit your music if you haven't already. It's so hot in New York, guys. It's miserably hot in New York. Jay Savant, what's up? Welcome to the YouTube chat. I see you in there. Just so you know, I am not checking the YouTube chat quite as much as I do with the Twitch chat. So if I miss you, I apologize in advance. But I'm going to try and get better at checking the YouTube chat a little bit more consistently throughout stream. If you guys are in here and you haven't submitted yet, just make sure you go ahead and do that. We'll get started here very shortly. You know. I don't know what to say. We'll get started here shortly. We'll get into your music shortly. If you're in the chat, though, let us know what you've been up to this weekend. It looks like we've got like 4 in the skip queue right now. As always, yeah, I'm going to tomorrow morning. That's the first thing I'm going to go do is vote for Zoran tomorrow morning. I'm very pro Zoran Mamdani, personally. I think he's going to be a sick mayor. I got my fingers crossed that New York does the right thing. If you're in the chat, make sure you submit your music. Like I said, you know, we'll get started here shortly. We'll be saving songs to the songs we found on live stream playlist. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day today. I've done a lot of work. My brain is mush, guys. I wrote pitches today. I sent pitches today. I had meetings today. I worked on some content stuff today. It's, you know, it never stops. I gotta be honest. It never stops. What have you guys been up to, though? How was the weekend? What did you work on? Let us know in the chat. We're gonna get started here shortly, like I said, but if you have not submitted your music via Nero, just make sure you go ahead and do that first. We've got like 4 or 5 in the paid skip queue right now. All those songs are guaranteed to play before the end of the stream. Again, if you do want to guarantee a song gets played before we get done with stream today, just know all you have to do is do the paid skip queue, and it's cheaper than subscribing on Twitch. It's cheaper than literally all the other streams, I'm pretty sure. I would go ahead and bet money that our stream skip queue is actually substantially cheaper than every other paid skip queue that exists in the streaming music space. So, all that to say, if you want to get some real feedback from artists, from curators, from managers, from really anyone who's in here who just loves music and thinks about what makes music great, all you have to do is submit the music and do the paid skip if you want to guarantee you get played on stream today. But if you don't want to do that, every 5 paid skips will bump somebody up at random using our lovely spinning wheel right here. That is how it works. There's really only one rule for anybody who's new in here, though I do think today we have all people who have been in here before. But if you are in for the first time, please just be respectful to each other. That's literally it. Vida venir. Yo hablo inglés y mi español es muy mal. So, pero I'll try if you need me to. If not, in the chat, feel free to write in English. Feel free to translate your messages from English to Spanish. Whatever the fuck you want to do. We're listening to music. We're giving feedback today on stream. So if you want to submit music, all you have to do is hit !submit. There's a link in the chat to submit via Nero. If you want to skip the queue, all you have to do is $5 for regular skip, $10 for a super skip. Both of them guarantee you get played on stream today. We are going to get started here in like a minute or 2. I started a touch late today, so it'll be a touch slow. Alan says he's gonna come help you and translate for you. Vida venir if you stay in the chat. So if you do stay in the chat, if you end up staying, we'll do our best to speak to you in your native tongue. All right. If not, it's cool. But we'd love to hear your music if you are in here. So feel free to send it in. All right, we're gonna get into it. I don't want to waste everybody's time. Right now, we are listening to the songs we found on live stream playlist, though, which you can go. Well, I mean, if you submit in the stream here, you can potentially get in there. And then if you are not in the Discord yet, make sure you go join the Discord because our community playlist submissions are back open, and that is a monthly playlist that updates. Just picked out for the songs that you guys have submitted in the Discord. So I updated it about a week ago. With new songs from Titus, Asher Moore, Lil Cliff, Elijah, Tellus, Tony, Jay Cortez, Isco Cruz, Rico Shy, AP Sil, and more. So if you want to submit for that, that's another free opportunity for you guys to submit your music. It's in the Discord. All you have to do is go join for free and submit for free. The only rule is it has to be a Spotify link. So get in there, submit for that. The other thing you can do if you haven't is go join us on Kayvan's House on Instagram. We're getting very close to giving away another free consultation giveaway. So when we get to 4,000 followers, which is like 179 followers away, we get another 179 followers. I'm going to give another free consultation to somebody in the community. If you guys don't know what I do, I run 2 distribution companies. I manage artists. I produce music. I work at a media company. I've done that for a while. I do like social media content strategy. I do a little bit of everything. So I'm happy to answer whatever questions you have and see if there's ways that I can help you figure out what you need to do, which is also what we do here on stream as well. So go follow us on Kayvan's House on Instagram. That is always another way for you to get in touch with me and submit your music for free. You can go hit the songs we found in the comments content, where you can submit your music in the comments for free, and I do listen to this every single week for a playlist update and content update. That'll update this Thursday, so get in there and submit if you haven't. We have our new Music Who This playlist, which updates every single Friday. If you have new music that is coming out or has released recently, make sure you put it in our release calendar, and we'll go check it out and listen to it on release day. We have another At Home With interview coming this Wednesday. We do these every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, depending on when we get the assets in. Like I mentioned, our community playlist. And then also songs we find in the live stream every week. So if you're submitting music here, there's always an opportunity for you to get found and playlisted and put in this content as well. So lots of things that we're doing to try and support you guys. We'll also be out at Big Ass Kids Recess at Neuhaus in New York next week. If you guys do want to RSVP for this, it's another free event that we're taking part in that is really just a day of programming for you guys with the Big Ass Kids team. There will be fireside chats, so a couple panels. There's going to be A&R sessions. There's going to be speed networking for musicians and artists. There's going to be co-working space. There's going to be some DJ sets, some live performances. But I'm also going to be going around the building for a few hours doing interviews with people who are on site, asking questions and getting some content for a new series we're going to be launching with Big Ass Kids, where we'll be doing some in-person interviews. So lots of things that we're trying to do to just bring value to you guys. This is only one of the things that you guys can tap into, but we got a whole ecosystem growing right now of ways that we want to support independent and emerging artists. So make sure you tap in to all of those things. You can find them all on my link tree. If you hit links, I think Linktree maybe, or links, maybe socials. If you hit socials in the chat, also at any point you can pull up the link tree, and it does have links to literally everything. The release calendar, like I mentioned, our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel, Discord community, where to submit your music for. A couple interviews that I've done recently and that we've done through Kayvan's House, RSVP for Neuhaus, and then a bunch of playlists for you to listen to if you want to go dive in and find new music with me. All of these are centered around independent and emerging talent and just celebrating great independent rising artists. So that's that. Let's get into your music. Like I said, every 5 paid skips we'll do a free skip at random. So right now we've got like 4 paid skips, so we'll just try and get through as many as we can. Not right now. Jay Savant, very rough demo. This one is just a demo, so let us know what you think in the chat. I know Jay is watching over on YouTube too, but if you are in the chat watching with us, let us know what you think of the song as we're listening to it as well. Okay?
Not right now, please, not right now. I'll be in and out.
I like this idea already.
Not right now.
Spuzzatot, what's up? We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now if you want to come hang out with us. Listening to music and giving feedback with our community of artists, producers, and more.
I'm trying to be something.
So I really like this. What's up, Dylan? What's up, Dylan? What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm just trying to get paid.
I like the idea. I do think those rim shots are maybe a little loud. Partey's gonna leave? Yeah, I know. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all, Toby. And we got ZubaMD, finally. Here we go times a million. We couldn't have had more here we goes on ZubaMD. I do feel like this production is lacking something right now. I do think it's maybe a bass line that moves a little bit more than this one does. Yeah, same thing, Toby. And I want to hear a little bit more from the melodic elements of this production as well. I do think it's very percussion heavy right now, which I'm sure is, partially because it's not fully mixed yet. But it does feel very percussion heavy, so A part of me would like to hear some more of those melodic elements in the production just come out a little bit more in this final mix. Bassline specifically feels like something that doesn't quite mesh with everything else to me. Mana the Muse, welcome to the community. Thank you for the follow. It's nice to have you. If you want to submit music, it is free to do that at any point if you want to, so feel free. If you want to skip the cue, here are the instructions in the chat. Also, so I do like the idea. I think the harmonies are really good. I think the melody is really strong. For me, the production is probably where it needs the most work. It just needs fleshing out so that it feels a little bit more finished. I think right now the rhythmic elements kind of dominate the mix in this demo, and I would love to hear more of these melodic elements kind of come out a little bit more. Structurally, so I would say like arrangement, vocal arrangement wise, it feels pretty good, right? The stacks are already nice. The way that the song moves is really good, section wise, like section into section. It does just feel like there is like a bit of a hole melodically, specifically around the production side of things, specifically around the instrumentation that I want to hit kind of filled out, fleshed out a little bit more. The bass line's not really doing it for me, and I would say that's probably one of the biggest things that I kind of hear and notice. Is just that I want there to be just like a little bit more melody kind of carrying along with the vocal there, and that's probably the biggest thing that I would say. And I know it's still like in an early demo phase, so I'm not going to judge it too heavily off of that part, but I do think for me right now, listening to this first run through, that is the thing that it feels like it's missing, is just kind of a through line on the melody outside of the vocal, and maybe just a little bit more in that space, because it does just feel like it's mostly percussion, vocal at the moment. Official J Savant on Instagram. Make sure you go follow, because he is writing some really cool songs. And if you are in the R&B space, pop R&B space, and you are looking for someone to collaborate with, I definitely would suggest reaching out to Jay. He's pretty early on, but the pen has been really strong throughout. Beat choices every now and then leave a little bit for want. But I do think that the songwriting and the vocal and the strength of the tone and everything has been real consistent, release to release, song to song. So I would definitely go tap in if you have not already. All right, we're going to keep things moving. Peyton Binge, Honeymoon in Santa Cruz. The title gives it away, but I wrote the song while on honeymoon with my wife in Santa Cruz. W's in the chat. We spent 2 weeks in an Airbnb taking in Northern Cali views and celebrating this new era of our relationship. The recent birth of our first child has had me reflecting on this trip, and it inspired me to finally record a song I hold very dear. I hope you enjoyed the laid-back, bottomless... Oh, shit. Champagne brunch. Where did that go? Bottomless champagne brunch vibes, and I hope you think of that special someone when you hear this song. Let us know what you think in the chat. Beautiful. Yeah, Jay, keep it up, bro. I mean, I think the songs have been solid. It's just finding the right producers for you. You know what I mean? More often than not, I think that's what it is. Just pairing you with the right producer.
This was never supposed to have happened. Small part of me thinks that it's good.
Like, weirdly, I actually feel like Peyton and Jay, I do think you guys will kind of make some cool collab shit together, if I'm being real. Like, in my head right now, a part of me is like, if Jay was singing this vocal, like this melody, this vocal on this beat right now, it's hitting for me. But I do think Peyton, melodically, there's maybe more that I want from this.
Honeymoon out in Santa Cruz. Pray to God that I never lose you. In the hills, only for the views. Turn off our
Lyrics are solid again. I feel this way about Peyton a lot of the times. The writing is usually pretty strong.
These days I wanna quit my job, but could you tell me what's
Well, sorry, we have lyrics here too. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Couldn't recognize the side of love. Oh, I searched so hard just to find your love. And now that I have your mind, my love.
Faville, if you want to send in music, here's a link right here in the chat for you. All you got to do is ! Submit. And if you want to skip the queue, there is a way to do that as well. Just check out these instructions in the chat. All right? Welcome to the community, though. It's nice to have you. And if anybody's in the chat, feel free to ask any questions you want. I work in the music industry in my day job, so I'm always happy to answer your questions if you have them. This one's really chill. I mean, I love what the song is about, right? It's a very personal, like, even story that you're telling. I think it's like, it really does paint a picture, and I like that about the lyrics specifically. I do think vocally, this is maybe not my favorite performance from you so far, Peyton. And I would say that, again, like, I kind of come back to the beginning part. If Jay was singing this, I think vocal tone wise, strength wise, and you guys kind of teamed up, I even feel like the beat would fit his vocal a little bit more. Like, part of me feels like this song it just would feel a little bit more like it meshed together. And that's maybe all that I could say, is that I think, like, I liked the higher register vocal on this one. I don't know that the vocal melody really caught me or brought me into that feeling that you were having from the song, from like the lyrics themselves. And so maybe that's one thing too. I just think, like, melodically, this is maybe not one of my favorite songs I've heard from you. I love the idea of it. I love the personal kind of like touch to it. I love the lyrics to it. I actually like the beat choice. I just think melodically, I don't know that it really like brought me into that same mindset. Like, there was something slightly unsettling about the melody choice. That, like, I just think, like, because there's like a lot of like minor notes in there, and it almost feels like it's in a minor key, minor scale. I don't know that lends itself to like a really like, I love this person, I'm in love with this person, I'm like reflecting on how much I love this person kind of song, as much as it does towards like more of a negative feeling. And I would say that of any minor key. Like, I don't know that minor keys really lend themselves to like a romantic, like kind of like nostalgic I love you type song as much as like a major key does, right? So like that's maybe one thing that I would say, just from a production standpoint and maybe from a melodic choice standpoint, is like having a more minor key leaning melody doesn't necessarily connect that feeling of like loving and you know, I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like, yeah, like the kind of like happiness and reflection within a major key versus reflection within a minor key maybe feels a little bit sadder, a little bit more like, you know, not nostalgic in a good way, but like, I lost this thing, I missed this thing, versus like a major key, which is maybe more like, I love this thing and I'm excited about this thing kind of vibes. So that's probably the only thing I would say. I don't know that I felt that those two pieces connect, the writing and the melody, and that's probably the thing that took me out on this one. But again, I really love your songwriting style. I really love like the actual like story of the song that you're writing and telling, and the moment that you're telling us about. I think visually, from a lyrical standpoint, it puts us in that moment, but I think there was like a lack of cohesiveness between the melody choices, maybe the production and beat choice, and then the writing style as well. So that's just one thing I think for me that I would maybe think about in songs like that, is just making sure that everything feels like it fits together. And maybe it did for you. I'm not going to say that it didn't, but I think for me, it didn't really connect in the same way, and that's the only reason that I would say that. R&R featuring Kari Kira by Go For Broke up next. Thanks for listening. This one is out Wednesday, 6/25, self-produced, recorded and written. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things moving. Like I said, it's a bit of a slow day today, so if you guys want to submit, if you want to guarantee you get played on stream, it's probably a good day to do that without getting pushed super far down the queue. So feel free to do that if you want. I'll be here regardless, and then if it is too slow, I'm just going to do whatever I want. And we just live like that. Oh, this is sick already. This is already really cool. I like this a lot. Go For Broke Music on Instagram. Go For Broke. Where are you from again, bro? Visuals are really solid too, bro. I like that you have this whole aesthetic kind of building. San Diego, sick. I'm ready for this drop. I'm very ready for this drop. This comes out Wednesday. Make sure it's in our release calendar, because I think the odds are probably in your favor that this will get supported on Friday. Keanu, what's up, bro? Welcome back. How are you doing? How's your weekend? Let us know in the chat. Keem, what's going on, bro? Welcome back to the chat. We are listening to Go For Broke right now. This one's called R&R. It comes out on Wednesday this week. If you guys want to submit, make sure you get your submissions in. It is a quiet day today. This is sick. Weekend was okay. I mean, other than the obvious things that happened in the world that were kind of trash, specifically with America. I can't complain. I was feeling a little ill, so I rested. Yeah, I like this a lot, man. This is fun to listen to. I wasn't expecting this switch up, but I kind of like it. It's a nice kind of reprieve from the main kind of section that we got into, that main drop. Let us know what you think in the chat. Sam, what's going on, bro? Yeah, we do have some really good mix engineers in the Discord, actually. I see you on the YouTube chat. Sorry, let me just let me put the Discord link in there for you. If you go join us on Discord, man, you can definitely go kind of post in there and look for engineers. There are a bunch of really great engineers in our community who are down to do things at a pretty like cost-effective cost. Vocals are snapping, I agree. Kira goes crazy too. What are the whoa, sick. What are the Kira socials? This is so cool. Stats, this feels like I'm zooming through a wormhole. I love this stuff right now. I think dance is having such a moment. I mean, it has been, but especially right now, it's just so interesting again. There was like a really long period of time where electronic and electropop got so fucking boring and formulaic and shitty. And I think right now, it's just such an interesting time for this kind of like alt pop electronic space, and I've really been enjoying it a lot. Like, I will say, like, most of the stuff that's really been catching my ear has probably been in this space specifically. It's just so interesting and so experimental and forward thinking, but also nostalgic and fun. Like, I don't know, it's just so fun to listen to right now. I'm having a great time diving into this space. Kira, 2 eyes in the Kira, 1 eye in Kari. Go for Broke Music with a 4 for both of those. Make sure you guys go follow them. Definitely love that one. It's called sorry, what is that called? R&R? It's called R&R, and it comes out on Wednesday, so make sure you go tap in and follow if you want to keep up with that. We got Keanu up next with Find Your Way to Me, and then Jangy with Hide, and then we'll do a free one, or a bunch of free ones, considering we don't have too many skips in the queue today. So if you do want to get bumped up for free, now is maybe a good day to do that. Though I will say, if you want to absolutely guarantee you get played on stream, the best thing you can do is skip the queue with a paid skip. It's $5 for a regular skip, $10 for a super skip. Both of those will guarantee you get played. One of them just puts you higher up in the queue, so it's really up to you. The only thing I would say is if we do get a bunch of skips randomly out of the blue, which does happen, then you will get pushed further and further down if there are a bunch of super skips. If they're not a bunch of super skips, you'll stay in the queue where you are. So it's really just up to you. The super skips just get pushed to the top, just for anybody who is curious or wondering. Find Your Way to Me by Keanu up next, one of my favorites from my recent album. I really liked what I heard from this artist the other day, so I'm excited to get into another song from him. This one's called Find Your Way to Me. Let us know what you think in the chat. As always, we do want to know what you think of these songs, as to these artists. That's why they send their music in here, so that you guys can give them feedback as well. So let us know what you think of the songs as we're listening. This is Find Your Way to Me. I think the song that we saved the other day was Take Your Time. This seems to be the other most favorite song from the EP for people. I do wish that the vocal was up a little bit in this mix. I think for me, it maybe feels a little squashed, and I wish you could open it up just a touch more. Oh. I like it when everything drops in. I do still kind of wish there was a little bit more volume on the vocal, though. That's really the only thing that I hear off rip. It's like it does sit in a good place, but for some reason it just does feel a little quiet. And I don't know that I heard this from the other song that we listened to. You know what I mean? Yen Keanu on Instagram. If you are rocking with us, definitely go follow and definitely go listen to the project. Kev Speaks Truth is actually in our chat on Twitch now as well. Somebody was asking for an engineer that doesn't break the bank. Sam Casey. You can always check out Kev Speaks Truth. He is in our Twitch chat right now, so if you come through on Twitch, you'll be able to connect with him in there. What's up? My dog is staring at me from the other room. What's up? All right, never mind. Yeah, melodies, instrumentation, vibes, all top tier on this one, I would agree. For me, just bringing that vocal up a little bit in the mix, making it feel a little fuller, I think would be good. Stats said the same. I do agree the vocals could sit in the mix better. I think that's the only thing that I really hear on this one, if I'm being real. I like a lot of the things about this. Stat says I want to hear you more than in music. I think that's also a testament to how good the vocals actually sound. I just want more of them, you know? Again, Yen Keanu on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. The project itself, if you want to go check it out, is called More Than I Meant To. I'm going to put this one in the playlist for now. I'm going to come back to it tomorrow before we make the final thing. It may or may not make the final update next for this week of streams. Melodies are great, though. Again, giving me a little Tilla, giving me a little PND, kind of a combo between both. It's really just, for me, I think, the mix on this one. And just for context, they felt a little bit more full on this one, you know? I think tonally it just cut through a little bit more in the production as well. But this one was tough. Sam Casey's made it to the chat here on Twitch. Kev, let him know how he can find you, bro. I do like that one, though. Yen Keanu. I'm interested. I got to listen to the rest of this album because I do think the album itself has been really solid so far. It's maybe, you know, again, just the only thing that I hear on that one is the mix. I think if anything, the vocalists just sound a little thin. I think they could use a little more body in the vocal. You could do that in the EQ. I think that would help a lot. Hyde featuring Zuni. This is Jangy. Let us know what you think in the chat. We may have listened to this one the other day. Maybe not. Oh. Of course, bro. Yeah, you're fucking sick, dude. Honestly, I can't wait to hear more from you, for real. Just keep it up. This is Jangy. Similar feedback on this one, where I do kind of, again, wish that the vocal was a little bit thicker, a little bit more present in the mix. I like the idea. Free Jangy on Instagram. If you're rocking with this one, make sure you go follow and tap in. I like the production on this as well. I don't know if the writing's really catching me on this one. I like the production. I like the vocal kind of like mix as well, though it does feel a little bit low in the overall mix, I think. I don't know if the writing's just the writing's not really catching me on this one the same way that some of the other Jangy songs have. So that's, I mean, that's the one thing I would say on this one. The lead vocals got to cut through a little bit more. I would agree with that. I really do think that the lead vocals need to cut through a little bit more. That's probably my biggest bit of feedback on this one. I'm lucky tempted to try. I think the Nightcore one sounds better. I probably would still say the same thing about the writing, though. I think for me, like, one of the things that makes songs in that space really catch out, like really stand out to me more than others, because I feel like I hear a lot of artists kind of making music in that space. The one thing that's consistent throughout is the melody choices are always really solid. I'd say Jangy did a great job on the melodies of this one. from a songwriting perspective, I just want something to hook me in a little bit more and something that is a little bit more relatable. I feel like with these artists in this space a lot, the songs don't necessarily, they're not great songs always, even if they feel kind of good or if they sound kind of good. So one of the things I would suggest, and probably like this one maybe more than some of the other ones I've heard from Jangy, but to me, I do think the writing is probably where this one could improve a little bit more, and I would maybe think about writing songs that feel a little bit more commercial, feel a little bit more traditional, but then fit into that space from like a production and melodic standpoint. And I do actually think that would help you stand out. I think that's what makes artists like Nate Sibb and Too Holla stand out a little bit more, is that the songs themselves maybe feel a little bit more commercial, feel like really just well-written songs. And then the rest of it is just cool and fun to listen to. And like all those little details and mix notes and like production notes, like all of those things, I think keep you in there and keep things interesting. But at the same time, I think like if you really want to stand out in the space, you really got to make sure that you're making great songs. And I think that's the case in all music in general. And maybe that's not true, but like, I don't know. For me, I just want to hear like great songwriting. And I think if the song is great, it doesn't really matter what genre it's in, it's going to reach people. But if the song is not like a great song necessarily, I feel like that's where you just kind of like fall into this like pit, like not a pit, but like you fall into a hole of kind of being stuck in this space with an audience where like maybe some people get it, maybe some people don't get it. But if you're thinking about reaching a wider audience and growing that fan base, then you really want to make sure you're writing songs that people can kind of relate to and that people will just be drawn to naturally. So that's, it's not the best advice, but I do think on this one, the songwriting is probably the thing that didn't really hook me in. Like there was just, it felt a little choppy at times. It didn't really like get into the swing of things all the way through. And so yeah, that's probably what I would say personally. Free Keem, I appreciate that as well. You know, we try to be honest and just like straight up about like what I mean, at least for me, what I actually think. I know everybody in the chat does too, but for me here doing this on camera, like I just don't want to like lie, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you what I think. And it's not like I haven't heard janky songs that I have really liked that have been really strong. I just don't think that one was as strong as some of the other songs that I've heard from him that are unreleased. All right, Eve Mana up next. I think this is a new artist in the chat right now. I don't know that I've ever listened to them before. So let us know what you think in the chat. I love the artwork already. It's cute. Yeah, you got a random free skip. Look at you, you won. You won our first free skip of the night. I agree, a lot of people bullshit. I'd much rather tell you guys what's real. And again, this is just my opinion, so feel free to take it how you want, but I listen to a lot of music, so there's that. I like the 8-bit, 16-bit nature of these synths. Oh. So interesting. This is such an interesting style of production. It's like kind of cozy and then kind of hard at the same time. There's a little bit of dissonance between some of these synth arpeggios and then also that like really heavy sub bass line. It's ear-catching. It's a little unsettling. Hardcore cozy core. It is kind of a good way to describe it. I don't know that I expected a vocal to come in like this either. That took me down a rabbit hole of swanky cozy. It's weirdly cozy. Free Keem says, I love that the soundscape is really utilizing this Wall-E angle to build this ethereal, almost space travel-esque sound. It is. It does feel like space, right? Really good sound design. Mana, do you have socials? Truthfully, I've never heard anything like this before. This is a very unique sound. Freaking says quality progression too. I'm a fan. I love the arrangement on this. I really love the sound design, which makes sense because he's a sound designer right here as well. It's super different. if I had any feedback at all, right? Because I gotta have some feedback. If I had any feedback at all, it would just be to be careful about how loud the percussive elements kind of come in. I think it's so easy to get lost in the sound design there, especially from a synth perspective. But there's moments where it does feel like the percussive elements maybe pull you out of that like kind of ethereal feeling that Keem was talking about before. Because I do agree, there is something really spacey about it. There is something really like, you know, I love the 16-bit, 8-bit kind of approach to synths. Like those always feel really good. They feel good when they're done right. And I feel like they were very subtly in the right places in this. And I do like the progression. I like the whole kind of aesthetic of everything is really nice. I just think at times the percussive elements, specifically the claps, maybe felt just a touch louder than they needed to be. And that kind of pulls you out of this kind of space that you've built, I think, from a sound design perspective. And that's really it. You know what I mean? That's probably the only thing I would say. Mana the Muse, Mana the Muse. I'm probably saying that so wrong. But if you're rocking with it, make sure you go follow on Instagram. That was Eve. Very cool. All right, we're going to get into another few paid skips. We've only got 3 in here, so if we get through all of them, we'll just do free skips. But if you are in the chat and you wanted to submit and you haven't had a chance yet, just make sure you hit !submit. Like I said, we got a short skip queue today, so if you did want to join the skip queue, feel free to do that. You don't have to by any means, but it is up to you if you want to guarantee a song gets played on stream today. It does look like we've got some more people coming into the chat now, so just so you know, you might get pushed further down the queue. It does happen. Please don't be upset if it happens. Please don't be surprised if it happens. It does just happen sometimes. Best Me stats up next, though. Yo, Kayvan's House fam, appreciate y'all for creating a space for artists like me to be bold and edgy with it. I'm glad that this space exists, and thank you for making use of it. I'm submitting my song Best Me, fully written, produced, and recorded by me. It's wild, fun, genre-bending ride about giving me the best me. Yes, my penis. But in the most... wait. It's a wild, fun, genre-bending ride about giving the best me. Yes, my penis. But in the most poetic, passionate, and playful way possible. I'm not sure that I understand. I'm not sure that I understand that part of the pitch and that part of the note. It's a pursuit of pleasure, connection, and confidence when locking in with a woman of class and chemistry. Then Kid Cudi meets Drum with Chance the Rapper and Gambino energy. Upbeat, edgy, weird in the best way. Dreamy synths, atmospheric pads, heavy 808s. I gotta stop moving my cursor. It's pop, alt rap, and soul all in one. One of the most invigorating joints I've ever created, and I hope it makes it just as memorable as the song is. Okay. Okay, so a couple notes on the pitch. Man. You could have left out maybe one of those parts. And also, yeah, just generally, there is a lot in this pitch that is a little confusing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that this pitch has really told me what the song feels like. I'm a little confused. Only because, all right, Kid Cudi meets Drum, sure. Chance and Gambino energy, you lost me a little bit there because they make pretty different music at this point. Dreamy synths, atmospheric pads, heavy 808s, singy, songy hooks. It's pop, alt rap, and soul all in one. There is too much happening in that section right there. You want to make sure that you just dial in a little bit more, and I would really focus on the things that that make sense. Freaking just said, am I going to experience his penis through music? I don't know if I'm going to be excited or incredibly disturbed. Best Me, Level Z mix. I hope that was an autocorrect. I don't know if it was. If it's not an autocorrect, we definitely need some sort of an explanation for the explanation then. I hear the drama in this already, for what it's worth. Stats!
Yeah. Shawty wanna sex me out. Hey, shawty come and sex me out. Shawty come finesse me out. Shawty wanna best me up, hey. Shawty wanna best me up. Come and get the best me up.
I mean, it caught our attention. I will say that.
Come and get the best me up, hey. Come and get the best me up.
Maybe a little bit. It's okay though. Sometimes that works. A little shock value. I understand why you made that choice. I will say this feels the most like Drum than any of the other artists you mentioned. So I probably would lean into the Drum thing. Musically, I'm not mad at this. I love the experimental nature of the vocal. It almost reminds me of Fetty Wap at times as well. And Kev's vibing. He's got the Jay-Z vibing meme out. That's what he wants in the chat. It's got a good bounce. I do feel like you could cut this pitch down quite a bit, right? Fully written, produced, recorded by me. That's great. Wild, fun, genre bending ride. About figure out that description maybe in a little bit way. I think this part, it's a pursuit of pleasure, connection, and confidence. That's great. Think drum. Think drum meets Fetty Wap. I do think there could be a little bit more balance between ad-libs and lead vocal. You maybe don't need as many ad-libs as well. There's a lot of ad-libs in this. It's almost like every single bar, right? And I think it's the combo of formant shifted lower formant, lead vocal, and ad-libs, where it feels like there's a lot happening vocally. You could probably cut out or automate some of that formant shifting so it's not entirely all the way through. It's kind of okay in the chorus, but I feel like it's maybe a bit much on the verses. I think it's really that lower formant shift that makes everything feel a little messy. Ramon says, give me Allen Kingdom, Bobby Raps type of feel too. Stats Harlem 122. Oh my god, from the standard days with Corbin and Simon. That's crazy. I got to meet both of those guys, actually. They're both really nice. I fucked with them both. Yeah, look, I like the experimentation here. I like the idea. Pitch-wise, I think it's closer to Fetty Wap meets drum myself. And I do think on the pitch, you could cut it down a little bit. I would go less than more. You got a little too wide. It's a little bit too wide of a net once you get down into some of these descriptions. So I would maybe not niche down, but like really like just kind of hone in on exactly what it is that this sounds like and feels like. To me, it definitely feels a bit more like drum meets Fetty Wap. It's got that kind of Fetty Wap bounce. It's got that kind of drum approach to the melodies. I would probably stick to those two. Formant shift on that low formant feels like it makes things feel a little bit too messy. Maybe just a few too many ad-libs. I think you could pull back on some of those, pull them out, maybe create a little bit more space. Maybe bring the formant shift in, automate it so it's not going all the way throughout. And that's totally fine. You can. The one thing that I would say, and that's just like, I have a hard time even doing this. I do this every single week, right? And like, that's probably the thing that I have the hardest time with from like a week-to-week standpoint is trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to compare the thing that I have to make it attractive to people and make it feel right. And sometimes I'm not even right. Sometimes it's like not the right comparison at all. So don't feel bad about that by any means. I just think if you can, fewer artists is better. Like, don't do too many, because I think if you start to put too many in there, it starts to get confusing, right? Especially if the sounds kind of are contradictory or don't really feel like they go together or aren't cohesive. Sometimes that can actually make it harder for someone to figure out where to place it or where they would put it, especially if you're pitching to DSPs. So I would try and hone in on maybe one or two. I'll usually just try and do two, and even more specifically, if it's an artist whose sound has changed over the years, I'll get really specific with like artist name and song, or artist name and like the era that they were in. So sometimes I'll be like Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City era, or like last week we had Shloob's English, and I was like, this is more like something you would have heard off of GNX, specifically off of this album or from an artist on this album. So I do think it's better to sometimes like really, really, really hone in on like, this is the song, this is the album, this is the time period that I'm thinking of, as opposed to having too many different artists on there, especially when it's an artist like Childish or Cudi, where their sounds have really evolved and changed a lot over the years. I think it can become really hard, because like, we could be talking about Childish Awaken My Love times, right? Which is a drastically different sound than Before the Internet, or Camp, which are completely different feeling songs. Even the one with like the one that's in like Kauai or whatever the fuck, that one also very different. You know what I mean? So I think that's the thing that I'm trying to say here is just like, make sure you really hone in on a specific sound from an artist or a specific sound that you're pitching, as opposed to pitching too many artists that this may sound like, because that's where it'll get confusing. You feel me? Keem says, I think you could take this track and reference it with a drum track. Honestly, it could really glue it all together in a more accurate angle for what it's going for. Also fair. Definitely referencing is a good thing. All right, let's keep moving. We got Rahman up next with August Retrograde Live. Track 8 off my new 12-track project with Love Oven, available everywhere as of 6/12/25. Why wasn't it in our release calendar? Why? Why'd you... I'm gonna flame you for this. Why didn't you put it in my release calendar? It's too late now. But go put it in my comments. Go put some songs from this in my comments on Instagram. I'll listen to them before our next update on Thursday. No, you're okay. I'm just giving you shit. Don't worry about it. But I didn't know it came out. Keep it up, Stats. I love hearing you experiment. Love this set. It's simple. The colors are good. The little detail around the microphone's really nice too. Is this even you? Let us know what you think in the chat. I know you're hurt 'cause I said what I said, but was it worth? Shout out to whoever did dress this set. They did a great job on just putting the set together. It looks really nice. Yeah, shout out to the set designer. You've done worse than I. Jafar Al-Nabi. Shout out to Jafar Al-Nabi. Good camera work too. Jarrell Mike and Aiden Khan on the cameras. I like the use of the static and then the moving visual also. That's nice. I do wish that the live vocal felt more live and on top of the rest of the vocals. It's maybe too blended in with the backing track at this point where it doesn't quite stand out the way that I want a live performance version too. That's the only thing I'll say about live performance in general, is I really want to feel that live vocal a bit more rather than mixed in. Yeah, it's a personal thing. Not everybody will care about that. That's just like a me thing with live performance videos in general. Because it does look like you're singing it live as well, which is the thing, you know what I mean? If you weren't performing this live, I maybe would say something different. But I can tell that you're actually singing this on the spot. Cool, though. Really cool song, really cool arrangement. What's up, Dudley? We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now if you want to come hang out, listening to music. Yeah, that's just like a me thing, right? Like, I just, because we do a lot of live video production and stuff. Sonically, this is really cool. Really amazing world building. I'm going to thumbs this up on YouTube and go save the song, too. Oops, sorry. Back to the video. Love the production on this also. This one's called August Retrograde. Sonically, it's really well done. I mean, I love the production on this. It's like reminiscent of Trilogy era Weekend, I think. I want to left field the fuck out of it on the production. It's really cool. It's like dark experimental R&B. Little pop in there. And the set's really beautiful too. Did you change anything about the set for different songs from the album when you did the live performances, or is it going to be the same set throughout? It's fine either way, I think, but it would be cool to maybe change colors just based off of the feeling of the song if you haven't done that already. I really love the production on this. This reminds me of a lot of stuff I would have listened to, like college era, blog era stuff. Like, I like the sounds of this a lot. Did this one just the same set. Cool. That's a cool series, though. Yeah, look, the only thing that I would say, literally, is if you're going to do more of the live sets, all right, it's fine if you're just going to use, like, I think there's two different versions of this, and this is where I always tell artists that I'm working with, right? We should do a live performance video, like similarly, and this is maybe the best example I can give, right? Like in K-pop, this is an amazing video, by the way, separately. In K-pop, they do performance videos, which is like basically like the choreographed dance version of a song in music video form, but it's just the choreography, it's just the dance. that is a performance video. That is not really live audio. It's just going to be the track playing. They're going to be performing to camera. That is one thing. Then there is the live performance video, which I think personally should always have live audio recorded. It should be a live performance. And I love that you did that. I think that's great. That's like one of my favorite parts about that was that it was actually live and actually live singing. But I do think in videos like that where it is a live singing performance, you really want to make sure that the audience knows that you are doing that live. Even if you have the mix on there and it still sounds the way that it should on the video, you still want to make sure that you still have that live aspect. And I felt like that's maybe the only thing that we lacked on that one was like, yeah, just mix it in ever so slightly less. You know what I mean? Just so it doesn't sound exactly like the original and doesn't blend so much that you can't even tell that it's live. Because that was the only thing. And that's such like a personal note. Like, you know what I mean? I think a really, really good... And I'm gonna plug our content for a second because I do think that our engineer at Genius does this incredibly well, and this is why I always think that this is such an important piece. Right? It's just like, yeah, like Friday. This is probably a good example. This is live.
Look at all the shit I prevailed, the youngest
so it's got some of those inconsistencies, right? Like the breaths, the mouth noise, some of those things. But I do think the open mic series specifically is a really good example of how we can use live audio while recording and still mixing it to feel like the original. That's like one of the biggest things our engineer does, is that he wants it to sound like the original. So he'll ask for vocal chains and things like that, settings that the artist uses, but he always does a really good job of making sure that it still feels like a live performance. And that's the only thing that I could say. Outside of that, it was really phenomenal. So great job on the music, great job on the visual. It felt cohesive. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like just ever so slightly higher and fuller than it would be in a studio. It's like the slightest difference, but you can still tell that it's live. And I think that's what makes the difference between a great live performance and maybe it just kind of falling flat and being like, oh, this is just somebody singing or pretending to sing or lip singing over the track. Because I do think that's more often than not what we are seeing now. Even with the Vivo shit, even with the colors shit, like especially with the stuff that's like self-shot and put up, there's a lot of just like, even on the radars, bro, there's a lot of on the radars where they're not even fucking saying shit anymore and they're just track in the background. There you go. Extra Mon. I can do it too. Extra Mon. 2 A's on Instagram. If you want to tap in, bro, make sure you go listen to the rest of the project too. Sorry. I had way too much fun doing the lip syncing shit just now. All right, we just, like I said, we've got a little bit of a queue that's built. So if you guys were trying to guarantee she gets played, just make sure you take advantage of that paid skip queue, all right? Kev Speaks Truth up next. Moon at Starlight. Something fun I made the other night after being inspired by an IG reel. Sampled the drums from Lit by Boston J. Cole. Let us know what you think in the chat. Kev's been killing it recently, man. I've been really enjoying the stuff he's been sending over recently. Yeah, they do that a lot because it's easier. I mean, it's easier for the artists because they can't even rap that shit. Let's be real. Excuse me, they can't even rap that shit for the most part. They can't sing that shit either. Drums feel good. Makes sense. How long am I streaming today? Until 8 p.m. Maybe like a little bit after 8 p.m. Just depends. My wife's in the studio right now, so if she's late getting back, I'm late getting off. That's usually what it is. If she's not, I'm gonna get off and go chill with her. Kev, I love this, bro. I love your vocals this way, too. I love the performance shifting. I love the tuning. It feels really nice. Dizzy, man, I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Come hang out with us on Twitch. We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Come through. This is cool as fuck, Kev. Maybe one of my favorite songs I've heard from you so far. I think I've said that like 3 or 4 songs in a row. Keep doing your thing, man. Kev Speaks Truth on Instagram. Let us know what you think in the chat. Subs may be a bit heavy. That's the only thing that I really point at. You get a little more balance, a little bit more balance on that sub. That's all. It's a really cool idea. It feels spacey too. The vocals taken somewhere wavy, man, says Stats. I agree. So tell me what you gonna do. Make it rain, change the climate. We rise just like a rocket. the melodies are so cool too. Hey man, keep pushing the boundaries, bro. I love that you're pushing yourself out of a box. It's just such a change from like the like very, very hip-hop specific stuff you were making before. And it's still hip-hop, you know what I mean? It's still inspired by it, but I love you in this melodic space, bro. Seriously. You've got a really good ear for it, too. I know you said last time you weren't, like, super confident about your singing, but, like, you have a really good ear for melody. You make the right choices. I don't know why, but it also reminds me of, like, early tape. He is from Florida, but the more calm tracks he had. Murray Way, what's good? Welcome back. It's a really good pocket for Kev's voice, man. I like this a lot. Even if you weren't going to use these songs, I think it's a really good practice for you to be writing songs in this space, too. I fuck with that, though. Really cool, man. Kev Speaks Truth on Instagram. Make sure you go follow him. Also an engineer, so if you are looking for engineers to tap in with and work with. He said he'd do one free mix for people from the Discord Twitch community. Just one. But that's great, because then you can see how good he is, and then you can hire him to do your other ones, man. Seriously. Nah, bro, you deserve to blush. Seriously, it seems like you're really finding like this really cool, interesting pocket for yourself. And the melodic stuff, man, is just catching my attention every time you do it. Seriously, every time. Life Alert by Ali. This one comes out tonight, man. Shout out to Ali. Follow on Instagram for the visualizers. If you don't know about Ali, two things. One, great rapper. Two, great visual artist, great video director, great just visual artist overall. Definitely super tapped in the New York scene. Works with a lot of people that you've seen videos from. Did the Martin video for Ashoka. Did some stuff for Life with Tom. He's worked with a bunch of artists that you fuck with. And if you know the New York scene, you know Ali. He's outside. You probably see him. He's getting fits off. He's got his camera in hand. He's always working. I respect Ali a lot. This one's called Life Alert. Let us know what you think. It's out at midnight tonight, all right? I don't think you'll be disappointed, though. I haven't heard Ali's music in a while, so I'm excited. AAAHHHHLI on Instagram.
I know you messing one the other day, so baby, tell me, should I knock it off?
Yes, bro.
Cause I just broke my leg the other day, now baby, tell me.
Seriously, man, getting fits off, bro.
I know that you have plans with him today, so baby, tell me, should I knock it off? I don't wanna interrupt nothing, you know, cause I just broke my arm the other
Probably a self-shot visual right here, too.
You still care? I didn't think so. Silence just said everything it needed to. I thought that we was cool, but I won't.
Kicks do sound full, man. Bassline's really nice on this, too. I do wish that the vocal was maybe up ever so slightly in the mix, just cutting through a little bit more on top of stuff, but it does just feel a little squashed EQ-wise, you know? It's a really nice tone, really good delivery style. I just want to widen them up a little bit. Got a great bounce to it, though. You know what I mean?
I didn't think so. Silence just said everything to me again. I thought that we was friends.
Reminds me of like some early Mick. Low-key like some early Smino, too. Like Smino when he's not singing. Something's gotta give. It's either you or me, since I'm here just laying on the floor. Again, AAA, 3 A's, 4 H's, LI on Instagram. I can't give up on you. Obviously, I fell in love, my heart was stuck to you. Now I hear you laying all alone without know what to do. That's such a nice little rhythmic pocket right there. No, 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 no. I like this bounce too. It's a little off kilter in like a really nice way. Tone is so good. Tone and delivery is actually perfect. I have no feedback on either of those things. I think he's done a really, really good job of those things. Trying to find some of his video. You definitely got to tap in with Ali too. If you're looking for video, if you're looking for photo at all. This dude does cook. Please silence, go away. I don't need answers later on, I need them all today. Cause if I'm to die on this floor and you gon' walk away, then look me in my eyes right now and tell me that this solid 3 minutes as well. Ali, whenever you see this, bro. Make sure you put it in our release calendar so you can find that in my link tree. I just don't want to forget this came out on Friday. Knock it out. It's a really fun song. And I like all the little ad-libs, like the spoken ad-libs. They're like a little off, like I said, off-kilter, a little off-beat. They just kind of come in. They're a little chaotic, but in like the nicest way. They fit in there so perfectly. It almost reminds me of like, I don't want to say fucking, what's his name? Afro Man. But like in certain ways, like those spoken moments just kind of remind me of that like really like loose, free way he'd kind of come in with those ad-libs. And it's just really nice. It's such a nice touch. You know what I mean? Really enjoyed that one. It's called Life Alert. That comes out tomorrow night. Sorry, at midnight. You can find that everywhere. By Ali, AAA, 4 H's, LI, exclamation mark, right? Happy Birthday by Bettina up next. Released last week on my birthday. Let's get some happy birthdays in the chat for Bettina. Happy birthday. Maybe with my friends in LA. Produced by Bodes. Written by me, Isaac Belmares, and Rafa Lucas. This one's called Happy Birthday. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things moving. As always, if you want to submit, it's free. But if you want to guarantee a song gets played in stream today, the best thing you can do is hit the paid skip queue. It's $5 for a regular skip, $10 for a super skip. Both guarantee you get played on stream today. This is Happy Birthday by Bettina. Let us know what you think in the chat.
I hopped in my car, put my playlist on, tell my girls pull up, some
let's go.
in my bag, like my favorite song, fit nails, check, nothing can go wrong. And then this motherfucker calls me, pretending like he didn't ghost me. Now he wants to say he's sorry.
This is fun. It kind of reminds me of Pink Panther as attitude-wise.
No, babes, I'm actually embarrassed for him.
Who are you to tell me happy birthday? I don't even miss you on my worst day.
I mean, this is solid pop music.
Looking kinda thirsty.
I like the chorus.
It's my birthday, my birthday.
I do actually think that the vocals maybe sit a little too high in this mix, which is a rare thing for me to say. Usually it's the opposite. I do wish they were blended with the production ever so slightly more, personally. Dre Lee says this is fire. Kim says I like it. I do like the idea of the song. I like the feeling of it all.
Like, can I claim compensation?
I did put this in the playlist for now, though. We're going to come back and listen to it before tomorrow. Oh, sorry. Ali's in the YouTube chat, too. Hey, bro. Don't even worry about it. I'm not fuck with you. Keep it up, man. It's nice to hear you put out new music, too. I'm excited. Make sure you put that in my release calendar, all right? This song reminds me a lot of Maisie, says Ali. Look, it's definitely that... It's like a very specific UK pop sound that I like. I did, like, for UK pop, this is, like, right on the nose. Like, very, very, like...
I have nothing to say to that, man.
The sound.
You
You know what I mean?
have to laugh because why are you even still thinking?
Songwriting wise, it's really solid. I like the chorus on this as well. Got our first BBC radio play this week with this one. Congratulations. That's a huge deal. Growing up in the UK, honestly, like getting played on BBC radio is like, I don't know, like I know some people don't care. To me, that is such a huge, amazing accomplishment. Congratulations to you. That is like the start. You know what I mean? Never forget that moment. Celebrate that moment. That's mad fucking cool. Congratulations to you. Happy birthday. I liked it. You know what I mean? I think it's just still a little bit more balanced, a little bit more of a full mix, especially that balance between vocal and production. That's the only thing that I really hear. You know what I mean? But I like that. Very, very cool. Ali said, yeah, I like this song a lot too. Very early. What? Benny? Like Benny Blanco? It does feel a little Benny Blanco, like some early Benny Blanco in the production for sure. Congrats on the BBC radio look. Definitely. That's so sick. Bettina_BCB on Instagram as well. Make sure you go follow if you're rocking with that one. Definitely keep up. We did playlist another one of Bettina's songs that came out not too long ago as well. And I had the same thing to say. The writing was really smart, really witty, very tongue-in-cheek. It's just fun. It's fun listen. Oh, Benny, like super lonely. Okay. Different Benny. Dizzy, Silk, OME Silk. What's up, stream? I'm at work, so I can't watch tonight, but I wanted to share a song I'm putting on my project that's dropping in August. Hope you all enjoy. Let us know what you think. Silk out of Chicago, Illinois. But weirdly sounds like he's from New York. I always say this about his music. So he's got this New York accent. I don't know why. Let us know what you think in the chat. We got another free skip coming up after this one.
I'm dizzy, she whining. I'm dizzy, she grinding. I'm dizzy, I'm juking, we juking, she whining. On God, the timing. On God, the timing. She bad, reminding. Can't spin her, she keep grinding. She dreaming, she floating. Treat me just like the ocean. She drifting, won't save her.
Dude, Phil, I swear to God, he's got New York energy, bro. We met recently in New York as well. And he had New York energy then. KayvanMD_Silk. Kim says this is fire. I like this dude. He's got a great voice. It's probably my favorite Silk song so far, I'm not gonna lie. Murray says ASAP Rocky vibes. I can hear it.
Riding in that foreign. Ooh, girl, you so gorgeous. Thrive, baby, floor it. I'm dizzy, she whining. I'm dizzy, she grinding. I'm dizzy, I'm juking, we juking, she whining. On God, the timing. On God,
this fucking chorus is hard, bro.
Reminding, can't spin her, she keep grinding. She dreaming, she floating. Treat me just like the ocean.
It's so chill. I hear the New York influence too, bro. But every time, like, there's no reason. There's no reason for it. He's in Chicago. This is a Midwestern rapper, not a Northeastern rapper. But you know what? He's got that New York energy, bro, and I love it. Very cool. Very cool. On God. That's mad chill, bro. I'm gonna be in Chicago end of July. Would love to link, says Kev. Well, make sure you tap in OME_Silk on Instagram if you want to tap in with him. Make sure you hit him up. He's dope. He's early too. You'd be really early on that one. All right, free skip coming up. Who's gonna be next? Let's see who our next free skip of the night's gonna be. Jennifer's Body. I liked Jennifer's Body the last time we listened to them. Drops July 1st. Was hoping to get playlist support for this record when released. Is this the place to submit for that? No, it's not. But if you are in the chat, Jennifer's Body, make sure you put it in our release calendar, which you can submit to, so that I can support it when it comes out, especially if I like it when I listen to it right now. This is Venus and Fuzz. Let us know what you think in the chat. Trying to remember what Jennifer's Body sounded like last time. I want to say it was like some like almost Suicide Boys-esque, almost Ghost Main-esque, almost Bones-esque type music.
I still see memories of you. I threw my phone across.
Goodbye, Jennifer, on Instagram.
I still see shadows in my walls.
Love this aesthetic.
I still got blood on my time and time again. I lose my sense of
Yeah, I'll play this. I like this. I like the vocal tone a lot. Let us know what you think in the chat. If you got a little goth in you, a little punk in you, you probably like this type of music. I do. So, goodbye, Jennifer, on Instagram. Tonally, everything's really good. I do kind of wish the guitars were up a little bit in the mix, but that's a personal thing. And maybe more of like a rhythm guitar element in there than there is right now. It's more picked guitar. I wish there was like just that one rhythmic kind of rhythm guitar element. Chords, you know. It was very dark and ominous, which I like. Goth vibes, says Kev Fig Truth. It's definitely got some goth vibes. If you've got a chain wallet, you'll probably like this. I would maybe love to hear a little bit more variation in the melody throughout the song. Just little things here and there, you know what I mean? Like, take one note up, like a third or a fifth or something, instead of doing the exact same melody throughout. Just like take one note. Same way that you would with like if you were making a beat, right? And you go to the piano roll and you just drag one note up, just to make a little variation, like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more variation, I think, would help this one. Definitely almost British in a way. But I think if I had any feedback, it would just be like a little more variation in the melody. Just little notes here or there, you know what I mean? You will barely even notice it when you're doing it. But I think when people are listening back, especially when they get to this 3-minute mark, the song will feel less repetitive. And I think just because that melody is kind of flat, repetitive all the way throughout, that's where it stands the chance to lose people, is just in being too repetitive. At the same time, it does make it catchy. That is a good thing. But I just think in general, towards the side of a little bit more variation in your melodies, and it'll do a wonder of favors for you in the long term. So, yeah, that's the only thing I could really say. 27, Dre Lee up next. We've got a couple more paid skips to get through. It looks like, quite a few more paid skips. Another 5, another 6. So we'll have another free skip coming up soon. We've got about 45 minutes left. So if you do want to submit your music, just make sure you go ahead and do that in the chat. If you want to skip the queue, you can do that as well if you want to. Dre Lee, 27. Let us know what you think in the chat. We've listened to a lot of Dre Lee songs in the last couple of weeks. Biggest feedback has been the mix on most of these so far, but the vibes are there. Dude's got a great voice, good energy, good beat choices generally. I think he picks like really good beats for his voice. But yeah, the biggest feedback we've had has been mixed feedback and just making sure that the vocals stand out a little bit more and the masters aren't as quiet. So let us know what you think in the chat. This is 27 by Dre Lee. And your feedback is always valued. Same thing on this. Bit quiet on the vocals already.
I'm proud of the man that I became. This shit could've went a whole different way. I think about that shit every day.
Melodic stuff needs a little more tuning too, I would say. Dre Lee 863 on Instagram though. Make sure you go follow if you're rocking with us. The writing's really solid, bro.
My cousins say I'm the one for real. My talent worth 100 million. For that nigga I lie still. For that nigga I die and kill. I'm so for real.
The ideas are there, bro. It's really just the mixes. And I really do think the right mix will actually just make everything feel so cohesive. Like, that's the biggest thing that I could say about your music so far. Is like, the writing's cool, the stories are cool, the ideas are good. Sometimes the beat choices are better than others. I'm not crazy about this beat personally, in comparison to some of the other beats that you've kind of brought in here and have showed us. And even on this project, some of the beat choices on this project I think are maybe make a little bit more sense for your voice. Biggest thing, mix, master, feels a little quiet. And I'll tell you why I'm not crazy about this beat too. Piano sound. It feels very MIDI. I'm like a huge stickler for piano sound feeling real, to the point where if it's a super MIDI sounding piano sound, I just won't even use it. And I'll just find another way to get the point across, you know what I mean? So that's probably the biggest thing I would say about this beat choice, is just piano-wise. Piano kind of takes me out of it. Tune the melodic parts of the vocal. You know what I mean? I think that'll smooth things out a little bit and just make everything feel a little bit more polished. And then the biggest thing, you know, just finding the right mix mastering engineer to kind of like get that sound right. That's the only thing that I feel like kind of lacks from your songs, especially on this project. And the other thing I'll say about this project too is it's not super consistent mix-wise. And that's something that I would think about when you are doing a full project, is like, you want to make sure that across the board there's a cohesiveness and a consistency in the volume levels, so that you don't get things that are like drastically louder or drastically quieter than other things. And I do feel like that's one of the things that I've heard in this project so far too. It's just kind of that combo of some songs are a little bit louder than others. Some, it's just like not the most balanced like track list to listen through all the way through, volume wise and leveling wise, right? So just keep that in mind. I made that mistake on my first project that I ever put out too, and that has haunted me forever, if I'm being honest. There was like 2 songs on there that I loved, that were my favorite songs on the whole fucking project, but for some reason, man, I just could not get, like, I didn't listen to it all the way through. I fucked it. So when I put it out, there was just 2 songs that had way quieter masters than the other ones. And they were my 2 favorite songs. And so they just never hit as hard. No one ever really got it. Unless I performed it live, and then it would be like, oh yeah, this is hella good live. Like, I love this. This is probably my favorite song live. But then as soon as it came to the recorded versions, it was always like, fuck. Every time I play this back to back with the rest of the project, all of a sudden it gets mad quiet. Why the fuck didn't I check my entire project all the way through? So just something to think about. If you have the ability to listen to the whole project all the way through, make sure that the volume levels all feel similar and that there's nothing that really ducks down, because that is something that I've noticed on this one. All right, Young Miko, what's up? Andiba remix, Andiba
From the
flip.
moment you wake up, your day is already pretty full.
I think we listened to you the first time, but I'm gonna listen to it again because I fuck with this and I fuck with Young Miko. This is Andiba out of Miami, Florida. Let us know what you think in the chat. Real solid producer, man. Real solid producer. This is the final version of this Andiba flip of Young Miko's What's Up. If you haven't listened to Young Miko, you should as well. Great Latin artist. She's sick. I love how Miami this feels from the jump. If you guys are in the chat and you want to submit, make sure you use our submission form in Nero. And if you want to skip the queue and guarantee you get played on stream today, you can still do that. You have time. And yes, that is a Lil Wayne Lollipop sample. But Andiba didn't do that. Young Miko did that. Shout out Miami. Shout out Florida. We got a lot of Florida people in our community, man. Which I fuck with. Stat says I want to just go out to jam to this in the club. This will go crazy in the club. In the right club, this goes off. Marcus cracking. We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Come through. That bass line. Oh, that's hard as fuck, bro. This is out on SoundCloud. Yeah, we'll give you a repost on SoundCloud, bro. Yeah! Cat Speaks True said, could hear this is space. I'm assuming that that is some sort of Florida club. This is nice, man. Oh my god, dude. We have to go back. We have to go back. We have to go back. God damn! That bass line is absurd. Stat says the production's so crazy, man. I don't know how to act for real. Hey, bro. I don't even fucking use my SoundCloud like that anymore, but you know what? O2 Nate, we have not played you yet. We are still going through paid skips right now. If you did want to guarantee you get played on stream today, you could do that if you wanted to, but it does look like you are the first free skip in the queue after we get through the paid skips. That was Andiba with Young Miko's What's Up Andiba Flip. Bro, if you have not tapped in with Andiba, please make sure you go do that. Andiba Music on Instagram. This dude is an unbelievable producer based out of Miami, Florida. If you are looking for production work, if you are looking for anything in the electronic space, hit this man up. Annoy the fuck out of him. Bug him. Hit him up in his DMs. Put a comment in his shit that says check DMs. Do all of that. Make sure you reach out to him. I'm telling you right now, this dude, crazy producer. It's just a matter. There's going to be a song. There's going to be one that blows up. Hit him up. Bug him. I'm telling you. Say something. Dre Lee up next. All right, Dre. Also from the same project. So let's see if my theory about the mixes being different sound levels is accurate. I kind of low-key felt like this one is already louder. This one already feels louder. I know when these drums come in, it's going to be louder. I have a feeling. Yep. Yep. I gotta be honest, bro. I want to hear you on beats like this. I think beats like this fit your voice so well. Like, you just got this, like, grit to your vocal that I feel like fits on these, like, hard beats so well, bro. That doesn't mean you can't do the other shit, but, like, I just feel like right mix on this, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, bro. Who is Dre Lee? Dre Lee 863 on Instagram.
They say talk is cheap, so I don't be saying nothing. Them niggas trapping and they broke, them niggas crash dummies. I'm trying to stack this money up, cause I ain't had none.
Mix is still a little bit off, but I will say this one's the last one. This was louder than the last one, right? Shout out Lil Ton. This is Lil Ton or Lil Tone. Either way. Draylee863.
You know I keep a bad bitch in the cash coming. No boy don't want no smoke, I thought they said something. No boy don't want
This is probably the catchiest song that I've heard on this project so far. I'm not gonna lie.
You know I keep a bad bitch in the cash coming. No boy don't want no smoke, I thought they said something.
Let us know what you think in the chat.
Smoke, I thought they said something.
This one's tough. I like this one. Again, this is probably my favorite song I've heard from you so far, Dre. I want to hear you do more stuff in that space. Timmy O in the chat. What's up, my dude? Feels nostalgic almost. It's got that southern feel to it. You know what I mean? That Florida, that North Carolina, just like that whole dirty South kind of like hype sound that we miss. I miss that sound personally. Back when fucking Yin Yang Twins were out here making fucking Salt Shaker and Whisper Song. When crunk was, the people were crumping. Is it crunk? I don't know if I'd call it crunk, but like, you know, motherfuckers were crumping that for sure. Maybe it's crunk. Maybe it's crunk. Keffy Murray Wade up next. Maybe it's crunk. I don't know. Guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 more paid skips and we'll do another free skip. This is Keffy by Murray Wade. Like, I wish I could make shit like that, but I just love listening to it. Yeah, say I could never make a song like that in my life. It wouldn't make any sense. But Dre, you got a voice for it, bro. I mean, honestly, do some real shit over some beats that are like some bullshit, bro. For real. I think it's just because you write real good, catchy, fun hooks too. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to mix the two. I think you could do both. I mean, look at T.I. T.I. was great at doing both. You know what I mean? Murray Wade, let us know what you think in the chat. This is Keffy remastered. Oh, we got some paid skips coming in, guys. Okay, Murray. What'd you change about the master on this one? I don't remember what I said about this last time, but this sounds so good right now. This is the best that I've heard you sound so far. Got no feedback on this at the moment. You didn't play this one. I love this one. Kev says I'm vibing. This sounds great, dude. Stat says this is sick, dog. And me. And now you. Down for me. Woo!
Coming back from work to you.
I want to send this to next. This makes me want to get up and Omarion dance. Like we were in Stomp the Yard, not Stomp the Yard. You got served. This is like in the rain dancing. Hitting the little kid with a tank top in the air. Icebox type shit. No. In fucking. Hold on. Oh, I gotta do it before we get to the end. Okay, we got time. This is what this reminds me of right here. This moment. this is how this song makes me feel right now. Wait, we gotta skip forward. It's this scene. Hey, yo! This is this song, bro. Oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. It's not a hilarious song, but this song is this vibe. The fucking the in place backflips in the rain, bro. I'm not gonna lie though, this movie went hard as fuck. And if you've never seen this, if you've never seen this movie before, you're crazy. You gotta watch this movie.
So it'll be ready for you soon.
R.I.P. Lil Saint, man. R.I.P. Lil Saint.
Wait to see you. I love you.
Timmy says, only thing I would suggest is to play around with form and shifting. I do think that that would be a cool layer to add in if you haven't done that at all. Benjamin Rich says, now you have to use that scene in some marketing for the song. You just got to do a whole music video you dance in the rain like that. That's really what you've got to do. I want to see Murray Wade dancing in the rain, spinning around on his knees in the rain, braids in the wind. Like, that's what I want to see for the music video, bro. If I don't see that for the music video, I'm gonna be disappointed. I need to see some crazy choreo. I want to see you doing backflips, all that shit. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think that it would be me dancing though. No, you got this. You can do this. I'm gonna gas you up. You guys are always telling me I can dance. I'm gonna gas you up. You can dance, bro. You got this. Nah, this shit is tough though. I think that's, of the songs that I've heard from you, Murray, that feels like the most polished. It feels like the right space for your vocal. It was cool. It just was, I loved it, man. I love it. I want more like that from you personally. That dark, kind of spooky R&B space fits your voice and your vocal tone so well. And also just the way that you kind of mix your vocals and the way they sit. Like, you've got such an interesting voice. Amazing. Timmy says, if I can dance, you can dance for sure. Well, this is No Issues from Timmy O. First single of the summer dropping this Friday. Hit me up for the pre-save link. Shout out to Timmy, bro. You may have seen Timmy in our interview series that we did at Digitalog Days last year. We sat down. We had a great time chatting with him. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can always go to my YouTube channel. You can always check this out. I'm going to just quickly plug this in here. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Go check out the Timmy O interview. Great dude.
I know.
We had a great time. He also gets fits off.
Not a violinist anymore.
Not a violinist anymore, but he was at one point. You can learn a lot about Timmy, bro. He's fucking great. Big fan. This is No Issues. First song of this year. Let us know what you think, all right? Yeah, me too, bro. I can't dance for shit. Don't worry. I'm also way more of a singer than a dancer. If you watch me dance ever, you'll be like, that is terrible. Don't do that. Singing, though. Oh, Timmy.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm damn near close to
you gonna dance in this video, bro?
Find that peace in the world you hiding. And you should hit me back if you need reminding. Let's get lost some time, I'll find it. I like that dress you wore.
We might have another interview coming too. I don't know.
My birthday suits you well, but I guess I'm thirsty. Shit. Talk last for the skin contact. I like that. If I'm doing too much, I fall back. But you like that, so you call back. I want all that. I want all that.
Hey, yo, this shit is so fun, bro.
You when I land in the morning. I'm down forever, you for it. Good vibes, I'm feeling you for it.
So interesting to hear your sound shift and change over the years, bro. This does not feel like really anything else I've heard from Timmy, really. Kinda love it, though. Timmy 2 Strand on Instagram. You gotta check out this dude's visuals. They're no joke. I'm telling you right now, bro. This is an artist to watch. Timmy 2 Strand on Instagram. Come on, man. The visuals eat, bro. The visuals always eat. The fits always eat. You gotta see this man outside. I'm gonna just glaze Timmy for a second, bro. I've never seen this man in a bad fit, not one time. And we've seen each other in person now probably, I don't know, like 10, 15 times in the last few years. So you can. And I have not seen him in a bad fit one time. I appreciate that. Thank you. I keep my bad fits for in the crib. If you saw me at the crib, you'd be like, what are you wearing, bro? But that's okay. That's for inside. You're gonna get fits off outside. I really don't have much feedback on this one.
When I kiss you, two lips in the sky, my visual head laying down your thighs. We in relationship with
I mean, okay, maybe one thing that I don't hear, stacks and ad libs. Those are probably the only two things that I could really point to in this song that I wish I could hear a little bit more of, purely just to match the energy of the production and just kind of the pacing of the song. You know what I mean? That's literally it. That's probably the only thing that I could be like, you know what? It would be cool to hear some of those elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to do another free skip right now. Let's see who's up next. Outside of that, though, I fuck with it. Timmy 2Strand, Timi 2Strand on Instagram. Yeah, I just think with music that's like up-tempo and fast-paced like that, and I do think maybe even Bruno Mars would be a good, I'm going to get DMCA'd for a second, but I'm going to show you guys this because I think Bruno Mars, specifically in this most recent release that came out this past week, that I don't know that anybody really knows about yet. I'm not sure why people aren't talking about this fucking song. Bonde du Brunel. Oh, I can't full screen. But this fucking Bonde du Brunel song is crazy. And I think what he's done a good job of is capturing the energy of the song in his vocal. Confused, but like I was also like, this shit is hard as fuck. More of this from Bruno Mars. Why is this so hard? I love Bruno Mars, man. Dude's a motherfucking... The hits are so fire, bro. Okay. It's impossible to not be a Bruno Mars fan. Like, this man can literally make any song and make a hit. I've never heard another artist do so many different decades of music. Like, every fucking album is a different decade of music, and they're all bangers. I challenge you to name me one bad Bruno Mars song, like objectively bad. Not, I don't like this song that much, but objectively, give me one bad Bruno Mars song. I'm even gonna go out on a limb and say Fat, Juicy, and Wet was not a bad song. It kind of went hard. I was kind of not that mad at it. He just puts out hits, man. There's just certain artists like that in the world. So confused that I'm not even mad. Nah, seriously. He's kind of like, he'll just do whatever, but they kind of slap every time. And then he's also the only entertainer that exists in our time who's still living like he's a crooner from the 1970s in Vegas, blowing his damn money and getting into gambling debts, blowing the hotel and all kinds of crazy shit. Bruno Mars, bro. He's one of a kind. He's a different breed. On Display, KV, Call Me KV, one of my favorite songs ever. Always my opener when I perform. All right, let's see what's up. This is On Display. Sorry for the side tangent about how much I love Bruno Mars, but man, I fuck with Bruno Mars, bro. There was a point when my Twitter username was Bruno Bars when I was rapping, and I thought that was genius, personally.
Never wrote talk. I gotta have proof.
Out of Brooklyn.
And it ain't in the question. I gotta pull through.
This is nice.
They say women lie.
I can see why this is his favorite one to perform.
Say numbers don't lie, but the ones
Kev, I also love that song too. I like this. This is some like NBA championships ass music right here.
Long as I'm alive, I'll never switch sides. That's on display. That's on display.
Call me KV on Instagram.
Another day is reassurance, gotta get up and finesse to the generation.
I do wish that I think the thing to work on this one for me is delivery. I'm sure the live delivery is different than the recorded delivery. But it's just matching the energy of the production in the verses. Chorus, it's kind of there, but I just want to hear more conviction.
Once I manifested, I'm gonna own it. My hood show me love, yeah, I feel like
I need a little bit more weight behind these words, I think.
You get banished around here if you're opposing. This all runs deep, yeah, it cuts with
it's hard though. Don't get me wrong. Definitely put this in the playlist. Definitely save this.
Homie, I'm a mogul. Hold up. Everything I talk about here is real. Everything I do is part of my spill.
It's a good delivery. It's a good pocket he's in.
It's like a celebration, like I'm jumping the broom. I be creating waves, I got the pull of the moon. You can say I'm the greatest, maybe it's a bit too soon. Maybe it's elevating the elephant in the room. Never wrote talk. I gotta have proof. And it ain't in the question.
Yeah, like no ad libs here.
They say women lie, and the men do too. Say numbers don't lie.
Like, I like the vocal layers, but I want to hear some ad-libs, I think, in between these moments.
That's on display. Yeah, just be lying to yourself. That's on display.
Asia, we did not miss you yet. Just in case you are in the chat, there is a paid skip queue if you want to guarantee a song gets played before the end of stream. We are going to do some more free skips coming up shortly. But if you do want to guarantee you get played before the end of the stream, just make sure you check out these instructions in the chat. Yeah, I think that's the only thing for me is I just want the energy to match. I say this all the time. There's moments that I think are really perfect. There's moments where I feel like we can get a little bit more energy in this delivery.
Y'all be moving so obscene. Y'all must really want me to make a scene. Like, y'all keep tricks up your sleeve. Y'all be only giving gifts to receive. Like, you can't.
And then the master is maybe a little quiet. Just because of how big the song feels, I almost wish that the master was just a little bit bigger than it is too.
Still breaking records, still pushing limits. KV at the top, you gon' really want to win this. I need a couple mil just
tripping me out. His name is KV because that's what my mom calls me.
You can't hold me still because I'm always out of place. It's all in the play. It's all on display.
It tripped me out a little bit.
I gotta have proof.
Gotta have proof.
And it ain't in the question.
And it ain't in the question.
I gotta pull through.
And I pull through.
And the men do too.
The men do too.
Say numbers don't lie. But the ones that tally them do. And that's all on display. That's on display.
Yeah, this is clean. There's a lot of things that I like about it. I think the only thing that I can really point to is just like a little bit more energy in the delivery and maybe in the vocal specifically. And that's the only thing that I can really say I wish there was a bit more of. Really cool though. Definitely follow. Definitely save the song. It was a pretty easy save and playlist if I'm being honest. Pretty easy follow too, so I definitely want to hear more from that artist. Popstar Zosa up next. It's me, Zosa. Let us know what you think in the chat. This is Zosa and KVN. Jesus Christ, so many people close to my name right now. Popstar, let us know what you think in the chat. This is a GTA 6 music video. Oh, sorry, GTA 5 music video. That's kind of genius if it is. You didn't fill out your description with any of the SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube links. I'll go fix that. I'm not mad at this at all. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Baby, I'm trying to pop out. You rolling with a rock star. Baby, let's just run. You rolling with a pop star, baby. You a star now, baby. Every time that we walk in the room.
No, full 3D.
Ain't no rush. They just wanna be like you.
I know, but in this description part right here, you should maybe put it, or just get rid of that in the description. You maybe don't need that part.
Girl, you straight from heaven, and it ain't no doubt, baby girl, you a blessing. I like when you with me, girl, everything is alright.
You swear to God they didn't do this in GTA Studio?
Yeah, you shine so bright. Gotta keep you close, little baby, you mine. I don't wanna see you with no one else. Girl, I need you when I need your help.
Pretty solid song, pretty solid visual, lyric video.
Oh yeah, pop star, baby, you a star now, baby. Every time that we walk in the room, everybody looking at us. Ain't no rush, they just wanna be like you.
I mean, look, this is a solid commercial hip-hop R&B kind of crossover song. I'm gonna save it because I do enjoy it. I don't think there's arguably nothing wrong with it at all, and I like what the music video, lyric video is. Shout out to Racco Visual who did this. I know you're saying this. It just looks and feels so much like GTA animation and design that I'm kind of amazed that he was able to do that. But shout out to him, bro. I mean, he made it look and feel like something we're all very familiar with, which I think is also a good thing. It devs give GTA vibes, right? I love it. I love that about it. I mean, he did a really good job, honestly. That must have taken fucking forever. It's me, Zosa, XOXA on Instagram. That is not the first song that we saved from Zosa, or the first one we've heard that we've thought has been really strong either. Good shit. On his page, he broke it down. I love that. Look at that. That's a great fucking BTS content right there as well, man. Kamara Aola up next. This is Headspace. I actually did save this song. It just came out this past Friday. I think I put it in the New Music Who This playlist. I don't know if I ended up taking it out. Initially, it was in my first draft, though, because I did listen to this song and I did like it. I thought it was really solid, especially for how early on it seems like you are in releasing music. You only got like 3 songs out. This one, it feels really polished. Let us know what you think in the chat. The one thing I would say is maybe pull back on the vibrato a little bit in the recording. That's gonna sound way better in the live than it does when it's being tracked. I think just tracked vibrato sometimes can be a little iffy.
Trying to save what's left of me. No. But one thing for sure and two things for certain.
And then there's maybe like certain things in the vocal mix that I think could improve just a little bit still. It does feel pretty close, but
And we're all human, we're not perfect. So why do you feel like I
weirdly,
deserved it?
this song reminds me of
Told myself to stop it, but I don't think that I can.
I'll Show You by
Some
Justin
things
Bieber.
you'll never understand, we changed our
And I
lives,
weirdly think that the
but I
vocal
still
mix
don't
of
know why
his on this would be a good
I haven't noticed
vocal
you
mix reference for you, specifically just on the vocal mix.
bound to you.
I know that might be a bit of a weird reference, but I do think his vocal tone and your vocal tone in the way that it's mixed would go really well. That's all.
It's hard to fill this void.
Yeah, I don't know why that's what my brain jumps to, but that's just the first place it jumped to.
Count the cost of this was worth enough. So much I sacrificed to see you weren't by my side.
And then I would say just cadence-wise, there's maybe certain things like that section right there. I feel like the timing of specific delivery pieces could have been maybe a little smoother. Yeah, no, that's exactly, I think, why I think that. It's melodically, too. It's in that same kind of key. I hear that, too, Benjamin.
So tell me what I did to deserve this.
I do really like this, though. This is like a song that I would listen to on my own in my own time. And I did think it was really impressive, again, for being like the third song that you've ever released since 2023. Like, it's a pretty solid song. There's a lot of things that I like about this. I do think you got a lot of potential. She is Kimara on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you're rocking with this one. We're going to follow you back as well. And also, I really loved the artwork. I thought the artwork was really cool. Definitely keep it up. I definitely want to hear more music from you. Again, like, it's just like so early, you know what I mean? Like, I just think there's a lot of potential for where it can go. I think for me, it was just little things, you know what I mean? It's little things on the mix. It's little things in the vocal delivery and in parts of the writing. But just keep working at it, and I think all of those things will kind of work themselves out. It doesn't actually feel like you need all that much guidance necessarily. It's just kind of those little things. But I do think from a mix reference point of view, using Justin Bieber as a mix reference for vocal tone is not a terrible comparison, because I think where your vocal sits and where his vocal sits are kind of in a similar register, because he's got a higher register for a male vocalist anyway. And I do think that you just kind of have this sweet tone to your vocal that is kind of similar to the sweet tone in his vocal as well. So it might be a good mix reference point just to get a really nice, solid, smooth mix on your vocal. Murray Wade by The Waves, bro. Interesting how different this one is from the other one we heard from you. Murray Wade on Instagram. See, I like this one, but the other one was different, bro. The other one caught me by surprise, grabbed me, had me in a chokehold. This one's pretty cool too, though. I low-key would love to hear you collaborate with either like a dancehall or an Afrobeats artist on this, and I think that would tie it all together for me personally. I do think I like the other one more of the two we heard today too, Kev. Like, I'm probably with you on that front. But at the same time, this one's still pretty catchy. Yeah, I don't know. The dark stuff I feel like just fits your voice so well. This one's cool. I don't know that it catches me quite the same way. But I do think if you did like, and this is maybe like a bit of a reach, but like, you do this song, you throw like a fucking like WizKid on it, you know what I mean? Or you throw like a original coffee on this, it like kind of changes the vibe overall. I think it's maybe just that your vocal is so chill it almost needs that like more up-tempo kind of hype approach to it as well. And I could see your chorus going with someone else's verse really well. But I feel like your voice lends itself to like this really dark kind of airy music so well. Just feels more cinematic, I guess. Murray Wade on Instagram. We got 2 more paid skips, and then we'll do a couple free skips before we get out of here. Kev, you have a good rest of your night, bro. Appreciate you as always. Thank you for sending music in today. If you guys are in the chat, make sure you submit your music. We only have about 15 minutes left. So if you want to guarantee your song gets played before the end of the stream, you can still do the paid skips if you want to. But if not, we got about 3 songs left before we start doing a section of free skips. 2 songs. So stick around. And we'll try and get some free skips in before the end, okay? It's a good melody, though. Again, I'm gonna say this of Murray's music in general. Real solid melody choices, real solid like songwriting. I think it's just the tone of your voice fits on some beats to me better than it does on others, and that might just be it because you do have a really unique tone. And I think there's just maybe certain like production styles where it like really stands out to me. And this is my first time hearing you on more dark, kind of ethereal, spacey kind of production. I just felt like it cut through in a different way. So for me, I think that's why I probably prefer the first of the 2 songs that we heard tonight. And I would probably nudge you towards doing some more stuff in that darker space. That doesn't mean you can't do the stuff that's a little bit more lighter, a little more upbeat, up-tempo. But I do think maybe adjusting your delivery style a little bit to fit with some of those songs might actually help them feel a little bit more cohesive. Whereas with that darker stuff, it just kind of fits your tone, fits your natural voice, and delivery and writing style, I think, a little bit better. And I think that's the reason why it stands out to me a bit more. Benjamin Rich did vocals, mix, master, and songwriting. This is Speed Up, Go Back. Let us know what you think in the chat. We got 2 more paid skips, unless more come in, and then we'll try and do some free ones. Immediately reminded me of So Sick by Neo. Oh, cool. Benjamin Rich _ on Instagram. This is real solid, bro. Got a really nice tone for this type of vocal as well.
I feel like the tension is rising, but I'm not the type to go all in. I'll be the one to tell you that you really need me, oh my darling. You leave when I give you my all, but I'm scared that we go in the storm.
This is solid. I don't know that there's really much feedback I need to give you on this. Production is cool. Vocal sits in a nice place. It does highlight kind of the strengths in your vocal too, which is tone. And just, you got a nice voice. Speed up now. And there's a lot of variation, like melodically too, which I think is important for this type of music. It's easy for this type of music to get boring, I think, so. Nice falsetto tone. It's like a good back and forth in between chest voice and head voice. Nice little melodic hook here as well. Solid songwriting. Maybe more vocal layers as we get into this last chorus. Some runs. Just some counter melody, you know what I mean? Just some stuff to just kind of add those little additive like moments. That's the only thing I would say. For me, this is a really, really solid track. As you build into that climax towards the end of the song, I'd just like to hear it climax a little bit more and build a little bit more, exactly to finish it off with a boom. And I just think from an arrangement standpoint, that's something to think about, especially with pop music. And you'll hear this a lot, I think, in big pop hits as well. But there's always going to be those moments that it kind of builds into. You know what I mean? And that's not to say you can't pull things back. If there's a bridge, you pull things back, but then building into that chorus, into that finale, I think is a really important part to just really leave everybody being like, damn, that shit was crazy. That ended in the most crazy way. I can't believe it built into this moment. And then also you can just flex a little bit. You know what I mean? Would you have them as ad-libs, harmony, mix-wise, or main vocals? I would have them as ad-libs, harmony, mix-wise, but make sure they're not too buried in the background because you want them to stand out at the same time. I think somebody who does a really good job of this on the pop side of things is maybe like Ariana Grande, honestly, which is like a crazy thing to say, but I do think that arrangement-wise, she always builds into this like really amazing vocal arrangement, and you'll hear those runs and those ad-libs in the background. If you want to go a little more old school, then I would say like a Jodeci or someone like that, where you'll really hear them kind of going crazy on some of those builds as well. You know what I'm saying? 3 Strikes, Squad, 1/5 of Already Legends. And as we're listening to this one, if you are in the chat, if you have a submission that you want us to play, just put your artist name in the chat. As long as you submitted with that artist name, we'll do like a secondary fast, like rapid fire kind of queue where we go through a bunch of free things and try and get as many songs as we can. Probably about 60 seconds of each song, in all honesty, but we'll try and get through some. We've got about 9 minutes left on stream, so we'll be able to get through quite a few songs. 3 Strikes by Squad. Let us know what you think in the chat. Love the way this came in already. It's like very Larry June-esque already for some reason. If you're in the chat, let us know your artist name. We're bumping people up for free right now. Asia, if you're still in the chat, let me know. I think this video is really solid. The video is actually selling me on the song pretty hard. Again, if you're in the chat, we're doing free skips right now.
That's a different bus. Down rolling low, dog. That's a different time. Had to rewind for you. This a different grind. EMB was in the lab like we Dex the sign. Yeah, like we Dex the sign. What? Nigga, I'm the sensei. Nigga, fuck you mean Caliente too. Hot little bitch, nigga. I'm the Kimbe too.
Prod Lotus, if you want to submit, you can do it in Nero right here, and then let me know when you've done it, and we'll make sure we get you in the free skip queue.
Fuck you mean I was in the coop.
I like the attitude on this. I do think there's like a little bit of work that could be done on the delivery style and just like cleaning, polishing certain aspects of the delivery for me personally.
Three strikes, that's life. Put his body on nice. Told the judge we alright.
I do think for a song that's called 3 Stripes too, you could have been in more Adidas. Personally for me. I think that would have tied the video and the visual into the song a little bit more. Oh, it's 3 Strikes. Sorry, not 3 Stripes. I thought it said 3 Stripes. So then if it's 3 Strikes, completely ignore what I'm saying. There could have been a different color grading on this video. I think that would have made it a little bit more vibrant. I like that you have your show dates in the video. That's kind of crazy. I like these little details here. All the details here at the end of this video are really nice. Made in a hotel video, made in a hotel room in Tennessee. Love that. I shot this video because I had to wait for Best Control. I'm dead. This is pretty solid. I liked the song. I do think there's maybe little moments here or there where you could probably just clean up the delivery ever so slightly and just have it be like super, super on beat. The other thing, like I said, you know, I think there's like color grading stuff you could do in the video, but that's really just like, honestly, the more you do it, the more you'll kind of start to notice that stuff. But generally, this is a pretty solid video. It's a pretty solid song. There's not all that much I would say. This ending part was really dope. I loved this part. And I'm so glad that you put it at the end of the video too, because it just gave more context for who you are and like what you have going on. And the beat just rides out in a nice way. It's a good shit. I can't even be mad about that. All right, I accidentally closed Nero, so let's open that back up real quick. Let's open Nero back up. What happened? What happened? Let me get back to my session, please. Let me get back to my session, please. My page. So it's only Sam Casey in the chat who wants to get bumped up for free, I guess. If you are here and you, like Sam Casey, also want to get bumped up for free and played for free on the stream right now, then put your artist name in the chat. If you don't want to, then continue to sit there silently and not say anything. Asia, I got you. Don't worry. I had a feeling you were still here, so I got you bumped up. We got you. Sam Casey's up next, though. I don't know what to tell you guys. People will be like, you didn't play my song. Did you play my song yet? Pay attention. I'm going to play your song right now if you tell me you're still here in the chat. Step up, Sam Casey. Let us know what you think, bro. God damn. We're trying to make shit easy for everybody. Why do you guys hate me? Come on. Make your own lives easier. What are we doing? Sam_Casey, bro. Yeah, I love this. This is cool. Oh. Oh. This shit is vibey. This feels like Fashion Week. Sam_Casey, 3 Ys. I gotta be honest, bro. Your mixes sound pretty solid. YN Dremy, thank you for the follow. It's nice to have you. If you guys want to submit and you're in the chat and you're trying to do free submissions, please don't submit in the Discord. You can for the community playlist. That's open. But right now, for stream, make sure you use this Nero link right here. If you let me know your artist name once you've submitted, I'll bump you up for free because we're doing free skips right now for the next few minutes until we get done with stream, okay? I would maybe love to hear a little bit more vocal processing at times, just for things to get a little experimental, because it does feel like the production's pretty experimental. Maybe just more automated moments where things switch up a little bit. I don't think it needs to be that crazy, but personally, it's something that I think would just accentuate and make this even cooler. Room 203, James. Make sure you submit a Nero if you haven't already. Here's a link for you in the chat. Give it a second because the YouTube Nightbot is slow. I'll see if it's in there already, but it isn't. Oh, is it James Vigoroto? It is James Vigoroto. I got you, bro. I'm gonna put you in the queue. Ooh, this part is like kind of spooky right here. I actually think you could cut it before you get to this section. I think this song ends perfectly and naturally, for me personally. Right here, right at 2:20. For me, that's where the song naturally ends. Everything after that feels like it's an extension that doesn't necessarily need to be there. I don't love this bridge switch up section. And the fact that it comes back to the original chorus is good, but without that section, I feel like it just ends shorter. You'll probably retain listenership at a 2-minute and 20 song versus a 3-minute and 30 song. So for me personally, that's the only thing that I would say on this one. I really like the ideas when that switch up comes and things get a little dissonant. I don't know that it did the things for me that you were looking for personally. And I do think for me, as a distributor, as a manager, I probably would be like, yo, cut this song at 2:20, 2:30. You've got a perfect 2-minute, 20-second long song. Repeatable, easy to listen to. Really nice vibe overall. That's really it. Dropped My Nuts, O2 Nate. My album LIK is out on all platforms, 20 songs straight fire. Not the best pitch, if we're being honest. Everyone is going to say that. Let's get more specific. I never really rate when anyone's like, yo, my project is fire. And I'm just going to say that straight up. I don't know if he's in here right now. But to me, if you have to tell me that it's fire, that means that you think I'm not going to think it when I listen to it myself. That's maybe a crazy thing to say, but that's how it feels. I don't like being sold. I don't like overly being sold on an artist. It never is the case. And I'm not mad at the vocals on this. The mix could be a little stronger, I think. The bass line is maybe a little bit too heavy, just a little overpowering. Of course, Sam. Show's cool. I definitely want to hear more. I followed you on Instagram too.
time. That's why I don't be sleeping enough. I got 3,000 songs on my notes. They keep asking me, oh, too, why you not releasing this stuff? Cause I'm way too ahead of these niggas.
Okay, so the song's pretty solid, all right? I will say from a writing standpoint, I'm not mad at it. Vocal mix, vocal recording is probably where I have the biggest issue. Mix between the instrumental and the vocals not terrible, though I do feel like the sub bass is maybe a little overpowering. But for me, biggest thing that I would say here is there's a lot of like that transient kind of mouth noise that you would hear that you can EQ out, and you should kind of work on EQing out a little bit. I feel like that's kind of what comes in the most here. I would just work on trying to get out, cleaning up the vocal mix and recording. And then just a little bit more balance, I think, between the ad-libs and the main vocal is another thing to work on. It's good that you have the ad-libs. I think it keeps the energy up, but at the same time, when they clash, it maybe gets a little messy, and that's the one thing that I would say, like, just work on cleaning those things up. And I do think the music was fire. I'm not going to say that it wasn't. But at the same time, there's still things that could improve, and that's just something to keep in mind. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be things that can improve, so just don't, you know, try not to get too overly confident about things sometimes. You want to make sure that you're being humble about things as well. And you want to make sure that you can let the audience decide how they feel about things as well. All right? TRS, Asia Adam, Chelsea Reject, Benet, let us know what you think in the chat. YN Dremy, what's your artist name? I'll see if I can find you in the queue, okay? YND Remy, I found you, bro. All right, we'll put you in the queue. If there's anybody else in the chat who's trying to get a free skip, let me know your artist name in the chat, and I'll make sure we try and pull you up. We've got a couple more we can get through before the end of the stream. Pretty cool, like, neo-soul vibe on this already. I'm a big neo-soul fan in general, so. I maybe want a little bit more in the mid-lows of the vocal, personally. But I do really like the melodic choices and just the arrangement and overall feeling of this song. It's very chill, it's very cozy. I could listen to this in many different settings. I found yours, don't worry. I got you, YND Remy.
It's slow, it's smooth, you know I want you. I can change your mood, I can make you do what I want you to do at the right time. Make you
really nice melodic choices. I do wish there was maybe a little bit more on the vocal layering side of things in the verses.
Don't worry, this love is true.
So nice when it gets to the chorus, though. And I do wish that the background vocals were ever so slightly louder, just a little bit more presence. Just so we get lost in that arrangement. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things. If you're doing a lot of heavy vocal arrangement, you want to make sure that it's present enough that people can kind of lose themselves in it. And I do think it's close. They're ever so slightly quiet on those background harmonies and stuff like that, right?
I got you all on my mind. Think that you one of a kind. No, they say love make you blind.
And like moments like this right here could really do like just a lush like background arrangement of vocals. I think would add to it, just because of the more like kind of like fast-paced delivery style. It's like when you hear a rap song that's got like the vocal arrangement in the background, you're always like, oh damn, this is a really nice moment.
I got the right song for your soul. I got the right song for your soul. I got the right song for your soul.
I think that's it. I do really like the song. I think there's moments where it could feel a little fuller, especially as it kind of like moves through the arrangement into those like later parts of the song. I really love the melodic choices. I think you have a great tone of voice. I think the writing's really solid. Production all around is pretty solid. I liked the mix as well for the most part, though I do wish that there was maybe a little bit more width in the lead vocal specifically. But make sure you go tap in also, because Asia is also in the running to perform at Global Citizen Festival this year, which is really cool, and you can vote for that. So make sure you go to her link in bio, asia.adam on Instagram. Hit the link in her bio for Top Hitmaker and go vote and try and get her in the fucking Global Citizen thing. That's tight. All right, we got a couple more songs to get through, and then we'll hit a raid before we go anywhere. It just looks like we've got James and YND Remedy. Nobody else wants a free skip today, and that's okay. We're back on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you tap in. If you didn't get played today, you can also submit on our Instagram as well, and in our Discord for the community playlist, which is still open. All right, this is James Vigodo. 92 Thesis.
I was raised in a yellow trailer, moved in the house in the 9th grade. 7 years later, now looking back.
Good bars already.
It was the best days. My mama used to whip a tempo, carrying all of my kinfolk.
Out of Jackson, Mississippi.
Used to be my mama ringtone. Right across, be my drunk uncle. Used to break in my mama trailer. Better be glad that I wasn't born. I would have sent that nigga to my savior. Down the street, be my grandmother.
James Vigodo on Instagram. All right. Feedback on this. I do feel like the mix needs a little bit of work, especially on the production side of things. And of course, Asia, no problem at all. Please keep sending music in. I would love to hear more of your work as well. I mean, I'm not crazy about this beat. That's probably the biggest thing that I would say. And just as a producer, it's just not catching me. I think it's because of those. I think it's like a slap bass. I don't know that it fits. Or is it a synth? I don't know if I love that sound choice. Without that, I'm not so mad at the beat. The sub is maybe a touch loud. Vocal delivery is really solid. I think for the most part, at least when the song started, I was into the storytelling aspect of the lyricism. I do feel like the song maybe lost its way a little bit the further you get into it. Like, it kind of started off being like telling your story. The further that you got into it, it was more about like, I'm a great rapper. And I do think that although that might be the case, and it's good for you to tell that, it doesn't necessarily feel like the song that you started with is the song that we ended up with the further into it we got. I'm also going to note that this song came out in 2017, 2018, which was a very different time in music, a very different time in hip-hop too. So I will also say this feels very of the times. This does remind me of hip-hop in like the 2017, 2018 era. I would like to hear kind of your direction since then and how it's maybe changed, how it's shifted. But the biggest thing I would say for me on that one, and probably the reason I wouldn't playlist it, because this is one of the things we talk about here, is whether I would playlist something or whether I wouldn't, and why I wouldn't if I wouldn't. For me, the biggest thing there was definitely the beat choice, and specifically the sounds in the beat as well. I'm very picky about that. I do make beats. I am a producer myself. I do make music myself, and so that is something that generally I will be very picky about, is sound choice, because I do think the sound choice is one of those things that can make and break a song and a beat very quickly. So for me, I think that kind of like synthy bass slap sound was really the thing that took me out of it. But I would love to hear more updated, like just stuff that you have that's come out more recently. Also knowing that 2018 was what? Fuck, man, that was a long time ago. It was like 7 years ago now. Whoa, 7 years. Fuck, I'm old. I Need Drugs featuring YND Mellow by YND Remy. Let us know what you think in the chat. God damn, 7 years ago. That's a long time. That's almost a decade. That's more than half a decade. Shit. YND.Remy067 on Instagram. Alright, these pianos are pretty loud in this beat, but I'm curious to see where it goes. This feels like it was maybe a YouTube beat. YND.Remy067. I mean, this reminds me of Polo. Beat wise. I mean, I like music like this, so I'm not so mad at it. I do think the things that work on are the mix, specifically. Beat is pretty loud, right? Kick subs feel like they're louder than everything else. Piano also feels like it's a bit louder than everything else. You really want your vocals to be the star of the show. You could probably pull back on the reverb on the lead vocal a little bit more, especially if your background vocals are gonna be so airy and big. Melodic choices are solid. Delivery is actually pretty solid too. It's really just the mix more than anything that stands out to me as needing a little bit of work. Maybe more TJ than Polo in the delivery. Almost a little A Boogie in there as well. We are gonna go hit a raid after this, so make sure you come on this raid with us as well. Probably gonna go hit Big Duck because he's my fave. Or we could go to Hassan Abi if you guys want to switch gears. I love him too. Okay, on YND Mellow, timing of delivery is one of the things that I hear that you can work on a little bit, I think. Good vocal tone though. Did this in Studio Envion Studios. They produced some. Oh, you in Chicago?
I'm sorry, mama. If you gonna listen to this, you better not cry. When I get rich, I'ma get us a crib. We go be outside looking at.
Do you engineer this yourself, or did somebody engineer this for you?
I'm sleep right with my K, nigga. Playing, then he die. I'm just a young nigga trying to rapping from the shot.
Okay, here's the thing. For me, I'm not an engineer, right? But just in listening to your vocal, I feel like the sweetest tones of your voice are really in the mid-highs more than the mid-lows and the lows. It feels like there's way more emphasis on the lows and mid-lows of your vocals that I wouldn't do personally in the EQ. I think there's a sweet tone in there that they haven't quite found yet. There's also more plosives in the low end that you hear. So I would just be careful of those things, right? Plosives, so anything that's like P's, F's, S's, T's, like some of those hard words, like if you're like those things, depending on where you're standing, proximity-wise to the mic, it's going to pick up more of those things, right? So if you're right up in the mic, it's really going to pick up all of those things. If you stand back at the distance you're supposed to be at, it'll probably be a little bit better, but de-essing is one thing. And then also emphasis in the EQ on the low mids, I do think is maybe either happening on the master level or on the vocal chain level. Either way, that is something that I would also be careful of. I don't know that they found, whoever your engineer is, I don't know that they found the sweet spot in your vocal quite yet. And so I would definitely keep working at it. No, I don't even, look, we're back on Thursday, so if you want to send something again on Thursday, like, feel free. You can also send stuff in the Discord and music sharing. I'm not always in there as much. And then you can also send stuff on our Kayvan's House page as well. So, yeah, feel free to send more stuff. We are going to go on a raid right now because I am already kind of like 15 minutes over stream time, and I'm so tired. I'm not going to lie, I'm tired as fuck. I just worked a full day. My regular, like, if you guys don't know, because I don't do the intros anymore, but my day job, I literally run 2 distro companies, World Store and Genius Distro. So it is a lot of work during my day. So I'm just kind of tired, in all honesty. But like I said, we're back on Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll listen to your songs again. There is other ways to send music too. So just feel free to take advantage of all those other free ways you can send me music also. But yeah, we'll be back Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. We got good vibes. We got good people. We are going to go raid this guy, Big Duck Energy Music. He's great. I also have been yapping today. But he's about to get back into some music. So we're going to go over there. We're going to raid him. Like I said, though, submit to my other stuff. We'll be back on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you guys for a great stream tonight. It's always a pleasure listening to music and getting to know you guys a little bit better. And yeah, YND Remy, keep it up, bro. I think there's potential there. It's just kind of polishing some of these things off. And I'll see you soon, all right? Come on this raid with us. Have a good week. Peace. Back on Thursday.
Like, baby, what you trying to do? Only if you in the mood. Just won't make you comfortable. Only us two in the room. Leave your high heels at my doorstep. I see no panties when you undress. In the bed we make a damn mess. The sunrise up until the sun sets. Baby say knock it off. Red lights bouncing off the walls, you know what's going on. Clothes all on the floor, I'm your body's connoisseur. I'm trying to get you wet, come ride my way. Let's make it rain like storms. You just feel gonna see how we'll feel right in here. Leave your high heels at my doorstep.